Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Adam Tsuji back at again with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about what I believe is a very important topic. Is college really worth it? Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background on myself, just so you guys can understand why I'm over here talking about this. I dropped out of college, I would say, if I remember correctly, about a year and a half ago. I pursued starting this company, starting the media channel, what we got going now, and pursued and went after my dreams. Now, for me growing up, I never really cared about school. I was homeschooled all the way up until college. And when I got into college, I would always fail all my classes. I mean, it was like a miraculous miracle to get like an A, To me, just getting a C was like, yes, I did something. So I just never really felt like I was in my zone. I didn't feel like I was meant to be there. And right off the bat, I had to deal with that. I had to struggle through taking classes because everybody around me was telling me, school is the right way to go. And then finally, I took the jump, I took the push, I took the jump, and I dropped out. Now, looking back a year and a half ago, 2 years ago or say, I probably would say that's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. However, I want to make this clear for those of you guys that are watching. I truly believe school isn't meant for everybody. Some people are amazing at school, and hey, props to you if you are. Some people can definitely reach their limitless potential outside of the boundaries of school. And I want to make this clear because I feel like I get misjudged a lot, because when I say I dropped out of school, they think I'm some kind of uneducated prick. When truth is, I actually have learned so much more dropping out than I've ever learned in any classroom setting. I mean, I have so many books that I read on a weekly basis. I'm always teaching myself every single day. I never stop gaining knowledge. So knowledge is key to success. It's super important. All I'm saying is school itself, being in a classroom setting, taking tests, passing grades, doing all that stuff, is that really worth it? Now, from my perspective, I'm gonna keep it straight and simple. One, it depends on what you're studying. So if you're trying to become a doctor, or if you're trying to do something that school is the way to go, then unfortunately, the system is set up in a way where you have to get a degree. So putting that out of the way, if you're doing something like that, continue on. Don't even think about it like, turning back. Two, if you're trying to do a business degree, communications degree, health degree, any sort of degree that you can learn outside of the boundaries of school, and you feel like you're not doing so great in school, trust me, it's not your fault. Like, not entirely, obviously I always teach people to take accountability to their own actions, but what I'm trying to say here is, just because you're bored in class, or just because you don't feel like you're doing the best you can at school, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily you. It just means that, your brain doesn't fully function and operate properly in a classroom setting, and to you it's just boring. So you need something more exciting, you need something more adrenaline filled, you need something that can actually make you feel like you belong there. So if you're doing that and you don't feel like you fit in, I would say before you drop out though, what you need to do is you need to ask yourself this: what is my plan? What is my plan? Where do I want to go once I actually do drop out? Don't be stupid and just drop out with no plan B. That would be the worst thing you can do for yourself. Make sure you have an understanding that, okay, if you're going to drop out, you're going to have to take on other responsibilities, and you're going to have to actually try even harder now because you have no system to back you up. School, in this day and age, it's kind of going on a downhill. I honestly believe that school is only surviving due to a couple things, and one main thing is sports, because they rely on the schooling system very much so. However, in the next 10 to 15 years, quote me on this, and I may be incorrect, and I'm totally okay with being correct, but I don't feel like I am. My prediction is that in the next 10 to 15 years, what you're gonna see is school isn't gonna be a necessity whatsoever. I mean, a lot of Silicon Valley companies today, as of a couple months ago, stop giving or caring about degrees. They don't hire, like, you can have no degree and still get hired. So, but my point is, make sure if you want to drop out, have a plan B. Have an understanding of what you want to do, what kind of hustle you want to get into, because you still want to make money, you still have to create a life for yourself. Once you figure that out, I would say 100% pull the plug. And if you feel like you can't do it even then, take a break. Take a semester off. It's a big decision, and I am totally, I'm totally with you on that. If you feel like you can't really take that jump, that initial jump, so take a semester off and pursue your dreams, pursue what you want to do, see how you feel about it. It's what I did. I took a semester off, I pursued what I love, I saw how I felt about it, and I actually went back to school last summer to see the difference between me at work versus me at school, me in my hustle versus me in the classroom setting. And that's when I realized, all right, there's no way I can do this anymore. Because when I went back to school during summer, I was like, wow, everything that's being taught in this business class that I'm taking, I already learned. I learned running my company. I learned doing what I do. And I learned from my advisors, my coaches. But see, the difference is I actually took action into creating the life I want to create for myself. I got advisors, I got coaches, I got people around me to mentor me. I didn't just jump out and just like dove into a pool with no destination. I had no idea where to go. Because if you do that, you're just going to drown. So, but after doing that, I finally realized that school wasn't meant for me. And so what I did was I just stepped away, and honestly, I do not regret it. I don't miss it at all. I'm in my elements when it comes to, filming these videos, running my company. I love what I do so much that school to me isn't even in this thinking process. But that's me. Other people, however, need school to succeed, need school to really learn life mechanisms and life lessons. And if that's you, then hey, props to you. Continue on. I'm very big on doing what's right for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is the only way, because life is not meant to be lived in only one way. And that's actually one thing that I hate about school personally, is that they teach you that you got to do this and that and this and that to succeed, when that's nonsense. There are so many ways to succeed in this world. There's so many different venues you can take. There's so many different ventures, routes you can take. So it's really up to you, but you have to be real with yourself. Do not sit around and just be like, oh, I want to take the easy way out. Because if you do that, you're just going to screw yourself over at the end of it. Be real with yourself. Understand what you really want to do in life. And if you realize that school is slowing you down and holding you back, then pull the plug and drop out momentarily, temporarily, see how you feel for a good couple months. And if you like it, continue. If you don't like it, go back. Test it. If you're still in college, you're still super young. I mean, I'm super young. I'm sure if you're watching this, then you're pretty young too, most likely. So if you're at this age, you're still young. It's okay for you to make mistakes. You're meant to make mistakes, and that's the whole point behind living this life in your early 20s, trying to figure things out. Make the mistake now before you regret it later, though, is the real big thing. I don't want you to look back in 20 years and be like, oh man, I wish I dropped out, or I wish I stayed. Be real with yourself, understand your life goals, and then take action on that. So that's my 2 cents on college. I hope that kind of made sense. And if it did, if you're watching this, I truly wish you the best of luck with whatever it is that you're trying to get at. So just a quick recap though. What I said was, if college is meant for you and you think you fit there and you genuinely like it, and you're trying to study like medicine or let's say engineering or some degrees that require you to get a degree, then do it, because there is no other way currently out of it. However, if you're a business and entrepreneur and you're struggling to say, hey, I really want to drop out, but my friends or my family are, gonna hate me for this, or I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, and you're so worried about, your reputation, screw all that. Be selfish for a moment and figure out what's good for you, what's best for you, and take small steps into it and see how you feel. So without further ado, guys, if you guys enjoyed, please remember to leave a like down below and comment your thoughts and what you're gonna do in life. I mean, if you're watching this and you're trying to figure it out, and if you need help, always, reach out to me. I am available 24/7 around the clock. You got my DM, I'll put it, you got my Instagram, sorry, I'll put it down below. Just DM me at Adam Tatunji. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.